Welcome to Shri and Kira Live, the voice of passionate action. Celebrating 21 years of continual public service, Shri and Kira offer you the blessing of the experience of I am as you are. Enjoy timeless wisdom, divine inspiration, community connection, and joyful fun. Discover your best life filled with the peace, love, and joy of the Yoga of Self-Ascension as you ignite your dreams with the Law of Instantaneous Manifestation. And now, sit back and relax and welcome Shri and Kira.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Shri and Kira Live. I am wisdom teacher Shri Ramkar.
And I am Master Lady Kira Ra, beaming you light and love from here in the center of the Pyramid of Peace at Tosa Blue Mountain, Ecuador. Welcome. Welcome to the May experience. Welcome to the predictions, the revelations, and the alchemical transformation. This is a huge, it's not even a show, it's an event. This is a huge event today. And we have so many extraordinary special guests that are going to be speaking with you, sharing with you, and really coming together in the insight of what is, as our human experience, the gift of the true alchemical transformation that is before us. How is that expanding? How do we deal with it? And how do we move forward? Well, one way that we know is to always begin with a hand on our heart and some awesome music. And so, Shri, why don't we bring in our very special guest this morning?
All right, we're going to invite our beloved Omashar to come in.
So let's all bring our hands to our heart and welcome Omashar.
1 second, here we live there.
Please do.
Go.
Namaste, Shri and Kira. What a pleasure and an honor to be gathering with us all today. I feel us spread across the world, and the awakening is happening now. It is not a drill. It's happening now.
It's not a drill.
Not a drill. And so here we are. And this is a lovely little song called What If. And so it's hands on the hearts, and it's see what it sounds like.
Oh, I love it.
What if we could find a way to wipe away all tears and fears, all broken hearts, to clear the way for a brand new start? Now that we see and know the way to lift our day and shine the light for all to see, the way back home and the way to be free. Let our love lead the way. Let the light shine through all. Let our hearts and minds be free. As we rise up from the fall, there is a way to see again, to be again, to know the truth and smile again. With an open heart we feel safe again. Now that we're free and we see that the way is to let our love show us a new way to be, and we relish the chance to be part of the What if we could find a way to wipe away all tears and fears, all broken hearts, to clear the way for a brand new start? Let our love lead the way. Let the light shine through all. Let our hearts and minds be free. As we rise up from the fall, there is a way to see again, to be again, to know the truth and smile again. With an open heart we feel safe again.
As we breathe together, we discover that space from which all creation arises.
Omashar, thank you for yet another perfectly intuitively chosen song. What if indeed? You know,
Yes.
what indeed? Thank you. How did you, how was that song inspired for you? How did that come to be?
Well, it was about it's a recent one. It was in the last 7 weeks, and I was just sitting down, and I had about I call it the song tree. It revolves around my head, and there's an apple comes, and you pick it and you unwrap it, and in the song tree there's all the chords and all the lyrics and all the melodies. And so I wrote down this bizarre structure of chords, must have been 20 or 30 chords, and I started putting them all together, and it was a direct download. And it's got the most haunting melody, and it just dropped in, and within 3 days it was completed. You know,
Wow.
some songs take 2, 3, 4 months, a year, but you know, ones like this have just come fully formed. So yeah,
Wow. Well, thank you for that
Yeah,
honor.
Thank you for sharing the gift.
Totally. We are
absolutely.
grateful.
It's
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Thank
Yay.
you. Thank you so kindly. Well, everyone, let's bring our hands to our heart. And I hope that you're all clapping for Omashar at home. I hope that you're supporting Omashar. I know if you're over there on YouTube right now, Sue is in there, and make sure that your comments are coming in. Sue's sharing them with us. Ask us your questions. Like we mentioned, today's a really big day. We even have a little panel that we're going to be talking to later on. So let's dive into it, shall we? Let's jump into May, Shri.
All right,
So let's go right to the first thing I want to do is take you right to the calendar.
here we go.
So here we are. So as we are gazing at the May Ascension calendar, remember that this is the first month of the next spiral. And because it is the first month of the next spiral, it begins with the rising energy of healing and wholeness, present as the trinity of form, spirit, and consciousness. Now, I want you to really breathe that in. It's about healing and wholeness. So, you know, put out your left hand, right? Hold your left hand up, hold up the palm in your left hand, hold up the palm in your right hand, and feel, notice, call forward if you need to. What is the energy that's balancing right now? What is coming forward? This is a beautiful, beautiful month. And this month is all about the choices we make. It's about balancing the gift of healing in one hand and wholeness in the other. Healing and wholeness, healing and wholeness. And that is the secret to this month. It's about the healing and the wholeness in the choice. Now, this month itself, as you can very much see on the calendar, is a 5. And it's a 5 as the flowing cosmos. It's really service and action itself. It's conscious awareness. As you gaze at the calendar, if you kind of bring your eyes back, and what you'll notice is that we're all sitting right inside the discus of Vishnu this month. This is that seed of creation that opened on August 8th, 2020. So here we are in May 2023 in the inside of the field of creation itself, in the ignition of our divine presence as 0 point energy. Now, as you're gazing at that, you also see the triple of the Avesa heartbeat. You see how it's almost like, I don't know, Sri, how would you describe those three?
Well,
You know,
there's a rhythmic presentation there of the Avesa symbols.
It's very much that flowing cosmos energy. And as you look at Friday, this coming Friday, the 5th, right? Today, if you look at Sunday, we are at Sunday, April 30th. We are right here. And if you look at this week ahead, it is this profound moon energy that is pulling us toward the end of the week and is building. Remember, we're waxing, building, calling in. And really the gift is that what's happening right now is that this alchemical transformation full moon, this incredible full moon will call forward. I want you to bring your hands to your heart and really know this, because this is calling forward, and we're in that propulsion now, the unified field, and that's really important, the unified field as eternal presence. And that 5, remember, living on, being, moving forward, prime energy. You also, as you notice and you look at this month, you're like movement. And Mercury retrograde releases the very last day of this month on the 31st, which is the next day when we step into Egypt. So a lot going on, but I really want to share with you right now, as you were gazing at that calendar, before we go to the ascended numerology, that this is very much a month with a direct inquiry of love. It's all about love. Remember that this Mercury retrograde is about self-revelation. What are you noticing? What's coming forward? And in the self-revelation, what are you connecting with? Who are you connecting with? What's coming in around you? We are at a critical moment where this alchemical transformation is anchoring. And what that means is that you're going to physically feel it. You're going to emotionally feel it. You're going to spiritually feel it. All the 5 medicines of self-ascension, all of them are coming forward. Now, Sri, let's go to the ascended numerology, please,
Absolutely.
because the sacred sequences for this month are so revelatory and so profound that it's really challenging. I remember when these first came in and I first looked at it, it was like, oh my goodness gracious, wait till we get to May. So right across the top, what is May? May is the ascension consciousness of choice. Everyone's back at choice. Everyone's back at choice. And we're back at choice with infinite presence healing capacity. How extraordinary is that? If you gaze at the month, as I mentioned, it's a 5, and that's a prime. Our year is a 7 prime. And when they come together, when the May 2023 come together, we step into mastery itself, the cardinal point on the wheel, the 12. And what is the 12? It's also the Trinity. It's the 1 plus the 2. However, this 12 carries with it infinite presence. And what is so profound, and I've been talking about it already, is this coming full moon. Look at the very first date there, May 5, 2023. This Friday, we're in it. We're on it, right? Not only is it the alchemical transformation full moon illuminating everything, everything's going to come to light this week. I mean, everything. And it's in that consciousness of choice, and it's alchemically transforming. But here's what's so beautiful. We are so loved by the universe that when you look at that wheel and you look at that 10, which is what? The 1 plus the infinite. So here we are in mastery presence claiming the 1 plus the infinite, but it came in with 2 lifelines. And this is really, really powerful, because the lifeline on that 10, you can see, is going to the 5, and that 5 plus 5 also through a connection at the end of the month on May 31, the very last day is when that Mercury retrograde phase completes as the 5 itself. However, it's coming in with its own lifelines of the 7. So everything, and I mean literally everything, and we're going to be talking a lot more about this all month long, but everything in your life right now is looking at you and saying, what do you want? Get really clear. Remember, it all begins with love, and it begins with love of self. And how often is love of self not expressing? How often is love of self deferred? How often is love of self neglected? How often is love shifted, moved, right? Sometimes we move through so many things. Shri, would you get our first special guest over there? He's on the floor with Kyla.
Yeah.
Some days there's so much going on that maybe you're feeling a lack of love or you're feeling a loss. And as I'm inviting you all to breathe in, I'm thinking arms, honey. We're going to invite you right now to bring your hands to your heart, because we do want to take this opportunity and introduce you to really a living reincarnation in progress. And he was very tired and asleep, but this is Henry. Hi, Henry. Henry, you want to say hi to everybody? He's like, Mommy, I was very, very tired. But this is the new Henry. And I know that many of you have been with Shri and I as we went through Henry's transition right here in the middle of the pyramid. And our beautiful Henry really came to us about 3 days before he showed up. We were seeing him at night. I was watching him walk across our room. And right before our Henry II, we're calling him Henry III, but right before our Henry II transitioned, one of the things that I know Kyla, Shri, myself, all of us here at Tosa Blue Mountain, we're thanking Henry and honoring him. And the one thing that, because, you know, he had been a rescue for us when he was already close to 4 years old, is that we promised him he would have the opportunity to be loved, that he would know what it's like to be a puppy, that he would have family and kindness, and that he would not grow up knowing anything other than the gift of our humanity at its essence. And so we did want to take a moment and welcome you. He's very tired, so we're going to invite.
These paws.
But we want to see, he's 2 months old and he was born February 17. How amazing is that? He's our little good boy, and we'll keep you posted on the adventures of Henry III. But thank you for sharing our joy. We sincerely wanted to. And Kyla's right here going, I'm right here. I've got the baby. So thank you for that moment of personal sharing. We are so grateful. And Shri, let's jump to the phone, because I don't know what kind of questions we may have. We want to check out your questions and move forward.
And I want to add a comment, because this is prompted from some feedback that we received from multiple people. I want to just take a moment and breathe. You remember, it wasn't that long ago, the impact of April and what was being opened, the pulse,
The experience,
energy
right?
of that experience. Then we're coming into this Mercury retrograde, which retrogrades in prior times were kind of like having to redo. This is revelation.
This retrograde.
And we're in it. What is being revealed? And many people are discovering that there is a inner shift, that there is a call to something that they don't quite have their thumb on. They don't quite know what it is yet it's a momentum. It's almost like a pull to be something more.
Yeah.
And so I just want to say to you all that we are all lifting into a greater alignment with our authentic self. And so often in life, we have habitual compromises. We have ways of being and behaviors and beliefs that we've just sort of not really examined carefully. They were comfortable enough just to leave them alone, but no more. We are at the call of authenticity, to be that which you took birth to be.
Breathe that in. To be that which you took birth to be. And many of you, all of us, are in the moment of this alchemical shift. This is not a dress rehearsal. You know, like it or not, we're in it. We're here at Tosa Blue Mountain, which we lovingly refer to as our arc for humanity. We are really busy working with all of the energies that are emanating the gifts of peace, love, and joy.
Yes.
Think about that. First chakra, peace. Second chakra, love. Third chakra, joy. Thereby, the heart chakra ignites and holds the ascended presence to be in your ascended presence right now without doubt can be challenging to a mind of form. Everything's shifting. We are changing how we communicate with each other. We are shifting how the wording that we use, the languages, the understanding, the appreciation. And at the end of the day, it comes down to self-revelation because it begins with compassion. There is a huge revelation today. And as you know, the Mercury revelations have been building. And we did post just yesterday at shriandkira.com, and I pray you get there and read it, the full video of, actually it's at YouTube. It's right here at this YouTube. You probably can watch it right here.
Yeah.
So we posted it here, the full video of the unified field with complete, all of the visions. We put them all into graphics. We're explaining it. This is a moment that does require a moment of inviting yourself to learn more, adapt more. Just because something was 100% the truth and the way, like sending cords into the ground, right? It worked beautifully and it was perfect for that moment. But similarly, we no longer are doing other protocols that we've learned no longer work. So why would we keep our spirituality stagnant? There's only one reason: the stagnation of our growth, the stagnation of our expansion, the stagnation of being able to fully receive and carry and be in the ascended form while consciously in this body, all comes down to the release of your greed, competition, and jealousy. Everyone talks about the ego, and that's where we tend to get confused, because the ego itself is always going to have an opportunity to be in this body of form. It was created as part of this little protoplasmic jumpsuit. This is not who we are, right? And so in the gift of this protoplasmic jumpsuit and the ability to form it, reform it, revitalize it, move it, grow it, do whatever we want to do, but in that gift, we create through that egoic experience the energies of greed, the energies of competition, and the energies of jealousy. And then those are supported by financial structures that you collectively buy into, thereby supported by the ego feeling good if I have this right thing or that right thing, or if I alter my face or I alter my body. Shri and I are very committed to zero surgical alteration, because the gift is that in this moment, everything you need is inside of you. You watch Shri and I. In 2019, Shri died. He lost almost all of his intestines. They told me, you guys know, you walked us through it, and it was you. It was the power of this community is the only reason this man was still here now. And gaining weight, which they told me he'd never do. I love that he has a belly. Similarly with me. How many times have we walked through the big sea with me and you guys, right? Because when we are here, the body in its belief systems of what is reality will adapt to those belief systems, thereby beginning to create all those things within. So imagine, and we have such a huge second half stage for you. Imagine what happens when we say yes to ourselves, when we can really let go of competition, greed, and jealousy, when we can honestly be in the gift of our steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust. That is the entry of the law of instantaneous manifestation. That's the kind of thing that builds pyramids. That's the kind of thing that moves peace around the world and keeps you, the real hero in all of this, doing what you do every single day.
It's really important to breathe, to look through the sky, beyond the stratosphere, and trust.
Always.
We are all divine beings having our experiences here on this beautiful planet. And you don't have to figure everything out. However, we do suggest you remember who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, really true. So we've got quite a bit of comments going on here, and we're going to go to some of your comments right now. And then we have two things that we really want to bring forward for you. Number one is this revelation and the miracles of that revelation that are going on right here, and inviting you into the revelation energy, how to navigate this revelation energy. We're going to move to our panel with that in a moment. And then before we do that, we're going to show you a really quick film, because remember that healing happens at all levels. So just keeping you on the line for that. What do we have waiting in the, let's see.
Well, it's a number of comments here, and some of these we've kind of addressed, but we'll touch back. So Dia Therese
Hi, Dia.
asks, my question for Sri, what is the length of his newly grown small intestine?
Well, you know what? That's a really good question for today, because today we're going to be talking about that second revelation from the Mercury retrograde. And the second revelation is the how, the way that these healing modalities are coming in. And it's not just about the modalities, it's about us as the alchemical transformation of the human. Sri, I know you've been working with that quite a bit. What do you have any idea? It's not as much as you would think, but the fact that he's regrowing any is a miracle.
Here's the healing tip that everyone can embrace. When we bring our consciousness to our body and basically create that sacred partnership with the body, you're in sacred union with your body. It's the first partner that we all have. And to begin to breathe in and out and basically command, and I don't mean this in a detached sense, to command is to collaborate with the light. And the first thing I did is I began to work on the convolutions in the intestine. So as many of you may know, your small intestine actually has some little ripples in it. And I began to make them bigger. I began to add more of them so that I didn't have to grow longer because I had more surface area for absorption. And then I basically set in motion the intention. I would like this intestine to be sufficient to support my mission.
And this is focused awareness, right? Listen to what Shree's sharing with you right now. Focused awareness, steadfast commitment, focused awareness and complete trust, because that's what you're hearing from him.
And so over the period of the first year post-op is my intestine very slowly began to grow 1 millimeter at a time. It was painstakingly slow. And by the time a year had gone by, my intestine was around 5 centimeters longer. And this is an intuitive measurement. We're not opening it up to double check. But what I can tell you is my intention was that the intestine be capable of supporting this body. And when I began to gain weight, that was the proof that I had enough, that I'm able to digest fats and proteins and carbs and all of that. And that I went from 165 pounds to 195 pounds, where they said it was impossible for me to gain weight.
They said he'd never go over 170 again. And now I'm trying to keep him under 2.
So I'm having to do the classic thing of say, okay, we'll a little smaller portions. So thank you, Dina. The thing I wish to close with is with trust, consciousness, and clarity.
There it is. Trust, consciousness, clarity.
We are given, and we can ask for that which is required to live an abundant life in service to.
There we are. An abundant light in service to. All right, Shri. We're getting lots of love comments about Henry. Thank you, guys. And we're also seeing Namaste, beloved masters. How do we best balance the energies of the month of May? Great question. Lots of other great questions. We're going to get to all of them. But to best balance this is really what Shri was just sharing, and stay with us for the rest of the show. This month is about, as a matter of fact, we have a comment from Jonathan saying the alchemy of love. That is exactly the best way to balance this, to remember that love carries its own alchemy, and to remember that love itself must be in balance. If self-revelation is the overarching energy of this Mercury retrograde, first in our 50,000 year cycle, that's really calling it all forward. So if self-revelation is your first arsenal, then the way to balance it is to love yourself more. Make sure you're taking time for you. Beyond that, all the wonderful gifts that always work, a lot more of that living on. Hopefully you got into the practice with that, and make sure you remember the container practice. We're not going to talk about that today, but I strongly encourage everyone, wake up, do the container practice at least twice a day, and that'll keep you going. Nava says, thank you for explaining what's happening deeply. You are welcome, because it's affecting everyone.
Yes.
And this is really, really important. And Bhatya is sharing about how amazed she is that we have the younger children tuning in. And yesterday, Shri and I were talking about that with some friends of ours as well, that, you know, Shri and I don't want to admit it, but we've watched some of you grow up and you have kids now. And so it's really just an extraordinary family that comes together. And as we talk about family right now, I want you to bring your hands to your heart, because there's a short little film that Shri and I are gonna, we want to narrate it for you when we show it, but I want to offer to you in the healing. Many of you know that Global Minga is who we are, right? We all exist to support through Global Minga. It is our global outreach nonprofit. Everything we do is nonprofit. And what Global Minga did last year, I think the little movie might still be up at YouTube there when you first show up, but we accomplished miracles. People who were waiting years for homes, you know, people who had nothing. We were able to build homes. We were able to serve 500 children with Christmas presents and joy and all the other things that Global Minga did. We cannot thank you enough. And at this moment, in this energy of healing, remember that sometimes to heal, you go through a crisis. And so we want to share with you, because our beautiful project in the Amazon that many of you have helped us donate money for is in desperate need. We are desperately reaching out with other groups working in the Amazon. However, our community is being attacked heavily. And one of the projects that we started, and we're going to show you the video, was literally destroyed by an invading force. And so, Shri, should we show them a little more?
All right, let's pull this up.
Bring a hand to your heart. And again, we right there, it says, yeah. It's very, very short. And I did take off the audio because it was all in Spanish. And
Oops,
all right.
That's not the right one.
No, that's the wrong one, honey. It
Hang
says
on a
Amazon on it.
Hang on, here we go.
There we are. All right.
We're gonna play this for you.
Okay,
and-
so it's very short. And what you're seeing here is you're going to see one of our beautiful members of Darwin's tribe with his beautiful grandson. There he is. And Shri, you want to share what we're staring at?
Well, they're looking at the army came in and decimated his life's work. His crops have all been taken because the army said that
You're seeing pictures of the army destroying
they were
his fields.
coca.
And they were not.
They were not. These were camu camu, and camu camu are fruit trees that grow about 10 to 15 feet tall, and the berries are sweet, delicious, filled with vitamin C. And
I want to stop a minute because I don't want to talk about the fruit. I want to talk about the people.
Yep.
These people, look at them. This man is 66 years old, raising his grandson. You all sent them money to start growing all these plants, to start growing all these foods. These people don't even have homes. We are trying to get them funded. And the government keeps coming in and taking more and more of their land under illegal terms. And as you see here, a lawsuit was they finally filed on April 17 because they have tried every recourse possible. They have basically begged. And as we're sharing this film with you, this is them pointing to where the fires began. They left them with nothing. And that means these people also no longer have their food. And you see that they destroyed all 500 camu camu plants and a total of 1,200 trees. And this is their lives. This is what we do. This is why Global Minga is there. And these beautiful, innocent people are trying to just share. Yep. Those of you that have been here, I actually have there we are, little photo. Can we share that, Shri? For those of you that were here, you'll remember, actually that's B in the corner there as King Tut or Nefertiti. You'll see right there though, in this, we're right here where Shri and I are sitting. That's right here in the pyramid. Right. And those people standing there, that is Darwin Rodriguez in the blue, carrying his beautiful ayahuasca fan, who is here offering extraordinary blessings. Right next to him are the other elders from the Amazon. And what's important to remember is that these are the last of their tribe. They are coming here and they are begging us to learn their ways. They are giving us plants. They are teaching us the secrets. This is what Global Minga does. When it rains, you get to walk inside a house. They might get under a tree. They have one small building. We're trying to build a community house. We're trying to get things done, but we really need your help. And so we wanted to share with you that without your help, real life consequences are happening. Imagine being a farmer who wakes up in the morning and your entire field was torched overnight for absolutely no valid reason other than a few military people decided they needed to do something to validate their existence in that moment.
Yeah.
So we're sharing this with you because that's part of the healing. That's part of the revelation. Healing is about us remembering our humanity, that we have incredibly potent, beautiful, incredible trees, plants, fruits, vegetables, medicinals that these people have spent their entire existence protecting.
Yes.
To serve you, to serve us.
And the gifts from the Amazon are so incredible for supporting life. And that it's such a shame that these trees were destroyed in the name of eliminating the cocoa crops when they weren't cocoa.
And that was their excuse, although that was absolutely not the case. And we have all the pictures.
And so our friends over there in Patagonia are offering their camu camu. They're offering their yoga.
Their Putumaya.
Putumaya, pardon me.
Yeah, that's a whole other country.
Settle down south. Sorry. And as you know from our other broadcasts, is these wisdom keepers are here to share.
Yes.
And
they want to.
And we are here to support our brothers and sisters in the Amazon as well. So we invite you to stand up and say, yeah, I'll join in. Let me take action as well.
Help us. If you know someone that has resources, introduce them to us. If you can make a donation, please do so. We are looking for the funds to make this project happen, and we need your help. So if you know people who write grants that can help us, please help us. This community is dying, and they're literally being wiped off the map, and their land being illegally stolen. They are completely in their rights. It's all completely legal. Help us help those that are truly unable to help themselves right now. And so, Shri, I just want to read a few other comments, and then we're going to go to our beautiful surprise panel and take this healing and revelations even further. And so first and foremost, Jennifer writes, everything we need is inside of us. Amen. We love you. And we are loving Omashar as well. He's moving into other realms right now. Ashtara says, we are so blessed to walk together with such heart. You are my full teachers and mentors. My heart is so full. Our heart is so full. And so in this moment, I want to invite you to please bring your hands to your heart, and let's just take a deep Ave Sa breath. Let's go in. And as you are breathing and as you are feeling, notice what's floating around you. Just notice it all. Notice also that when you hear the word healing, what might be coming up around you. Notice what you're noticing. Notice the energy of the healing. Now, in that noticing, really relaxing into the depth of you, closing your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Another deep breath. Relaxing into the smile. I am whole.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am complete.
I am complete.
Breathing in, and the energy of the unification and the essence of that energy that has come forward for all of us, the revelation that has come forward through this Mercury retrograde as we go into this extraordinary alchemical full moon, and look for a very special e-card on Friday about that. As we go into that extraordinary full moon right now, the key, the revelation, is to know that outside the limitations of the perception of this experience, all healing is available, all energy is supporting it, and how we move through it is by literally keeping our focus, our steadfast commitment, focus, awareness, and complete trust in that which your inner self is revealing as the integrous authenticity of you.
Integrous authenticity
of you. Okay, the integrous authenticity of you. I want you to really breathe that in, because that is the revelation. The integrous authenticity of you is the healing element. The integrous authenticity of you is the healing element. So what does that really mean? What does that really mean? What is the integrous authenticity? How does that heal? And what does that really mean? Well, we are very, very, very honored and blessed today because we, right after this broadcast, we ourselves are going to be diving into a very deep healing journey on behalf of so many beautiful experiences that are weaving together. So Shri, should we move over to our panel and keep going?
Absolutely. Let me get the
Okay.
camera switched over a little bit here.
Alrighty.
And we're gonna,
Come over and say hello.
yeah. See how we look there. All right.
How are we looking?
You're looking pretty good. The last chair just needs to come in a little or I'll put the
Okay.
camera back.
There we go. How are you there?
Beautiful.
Okay,
All right,
fabulous.
I'm going.
All right. So we're on this camera now. All right, everybody. Well, welcome and thank you for being here with us. You see, we have little Henry on the floor. I don't know if you can see him or not. And as Shri is coming over, I want to just take a moment at first. Oh, there he is. All right. And Shri, do you want to make sure you're still in the frame, honey?
Yeah.
As Shri is going to be coming over, I want to first take a moment to introduce everyone who is with us today. And first of all, right on the end, we have Kyla. And as you can see, Kyla is our lead technician for Clinica Linda here at Tosa Blue Mountain, where we offer our free pain services as part of Global Minga. That clinic has been closed right now because Global Minga is out of funds. So we really could use some donations. There's a lot of people that are not getting help right now. Kyla is also here working with Henry and holding the energy of Tosa Blue Mountain. She is an extraordinary blessing, originally hailing from Moscow, Russia, now living here permanently. We are so grateful that she's one of our community members permanently residing here at Tosa Blue Mountain. And right next to her is Dana Fanador, who I think many of you know. And Dana is here with us as part of this moment. And if you would all bring your hands to your heart, and why don't we all really do that? We have a lot to share about why Dana is with us, and just really be breathing that in, because as we're bringing our hands to our heart, I'd like you to meet Xavier. And Xavier is an extraordinary young man. I shouldn't say that. He's an extraordinary man who carries inside of him a seed of consciousness that is rarely seen with such love and clarity. And we're going to be sharing with all three of them and letting each one of them share with us a little bit about the healing journey that they're on right now. And Shri, would you like to share what we're doing, or would you like me to continue?
Keep going.
Okay. So as we have our hands on our heart, I want us all to reach out, and I'd like you to put your arms around Dana, because as you did when we were with Shri in 2019, Dana is here, and we are all entering into the ceremony and going deep into the sacred medicines, because the United States medical system has determined that it's okay for her to leave the planet. And that the cancering experience that she's having, that is currently wasting away her body and bringing her here for this moment, is an experience of freedom. And Dana, I just want to first thank you for letting us share this with the whole community and for letting us know. How are you doing? How are you feeling about this, about what's going on with you?
I have to say, well, there's a lot of different things that I'm feeling. In this moment, I have to say that I feel so supported. I feel so loved. I feel like I walked away the other day. When did I leave? On Tuesday? Was it Tuesday that I left? I think it was. I feel like I turned and left a whole system behind, a medical system of everything, diagnoses of everything, and came here in the most pain I've ever been in my whole entire life.
No.
And it's taken a couple days.
Yeah.
But I actually, for the first moment, walking into this pyramid after my treatment with Xavier, and I felt that ignition.
Mm.
I felt that healing within me. And I know that this is meant to be for that, that's what this is meant to be, is to heal this within, from not for me, but for everyone. for humanity.
And starting with you.
Yes.
That's the self-revelation and the self-care,
Yes.
right? And I hope all of you are chiming in here, because one of the things that you might have, I don't know what country you're tuning in from, but one of the things you may not be aware of is that when Dana left here almost a year ago.
September.
It was
After the pyramid.
Okay, after that, so when Dana left here in September, she was already exhibiting these symptoms. We are now in May. And the medical system, and we are not saying anything other than trust your own heart. However, after really trying to work with the traditional medical system, all that has happened is that her disease system, her dis-ease has progressed. She now has more than one tumor growing inside of her, and that this is a moment of direct intervention. And so we're asking all of you to help us co-create this miracle. Dana is only 43 years old. She is too young to transition off this planet. She has young children. This is a moment for all of us as a community to really say, Dana's made a clear choice to come and say, I'm ready for the miracle, right? Kyla, how are you feeling about that? How has your miracles been living here at Toast of Blue Mountain?
First, you are a miracle,
Right.
We are the miracles. What we're witnessing at the moment, it's all the miracles. Shri is a miracle.
Yes.
Hira is a miracle. Pyramid is the miracle. Henry is a miracle. Xavier is the miracle. And I know Dana is ready to do something very extraordinary, not just for her, just for all of us, because she will be doing it and people will know it's possible. So she will be modeling the way to healing within, using the beautiful crystalline surrounding, beautiful crystalline energy, the teachings, the wisdom. So she will be showing the way to so many people to do so. So people don't have to die just because we don't have a lot of medicine treatments and limitation of conventional medicine. People don't have to have a surgeries if they don't have to. Guys, I'm just talking from my own heart.
Right.
It's just my own perspective because I've been doing healing work for a very long time. And I know the capacity of a healing within. It's level of consciousness and it's a choice. This is the choice which she made in 2019. It was a choice and he made it.
Exactly.
It's a choice what Kira made more than one time. And I love you and honor you because you keep in way in life, the pathway for so many people. And now Dana is going through a process to show all of us it's possible. So guys, please support her as much as possible because she is doing it for more than one person.
And we are doing it together. And one of the things, if you were with us at Monday Mastery, when we announced this a few weeks ago, Dana is also visioning that we are going to be converting her extraordinary piece of property and home in Southern New Jersey into our first temple. We'll actually have a temple of self-ascension in Southern New Jersey, a place where Shri and I will come, where we can hold classes and events. We also have living situations available there right now. If you're looking to share a house with someone, if you're looking to be part of the self-ascension community, please reach out to us because we have rooms available right now. If you would like, it's like, hey, why am I living alone? Or why am I doing this? Or why am I doing that? And Dana's got an extraordinary, beautiful piece of property. So we're here putting all of that together. And you might say, so who's this great guy sitting right next to Kira that's being so quiet and so patient? Well, this beautiful young man, this beautiful being came from Spain to Ecuador following his heart. So Xavier, tell us a little bit. Now, remember, Spanish is his native language, but his English is excellent. Share with us a little bit about your journey.
Well, I'm a physiotherapist, kind of energetical physiotherapist. And my vision of medicine, the actual medicine is not positive because I lost a lot of members of my family because of cancer, some processes. And I said, stop. I don't believe anymore this stuff because it's sad. And life, it's not meant to be sad. It's meant to be loved. So I started to trust myself, to love myself. And little by little, I started to win a little more consciousness, connection with the divine. And here we are in Ecuador, trying to help the world change this mentality. Because as you said before, that's just the body. We don't need anything else but true love for yourself and from others. So that's the key.
Yeah.
When you lose yourself, you're starting to other kind of experiences that are not that positive, just because your soul is telling you, if you are not going to enjoy life, why? Stay here. So, or you come back to your path, or you just leave and come back to learn again. So don't waste the time and get on this life full.
I love it.
Yeah.
He sounds like Archangel Zadkiel, right? If it does not bring you joy, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Sheree, do we have any questions too?
I'll have to go check, but I just want to add, it's important to remember that we are given all that is required.
Yes.
Our body, our wisdom, our planet, all are in a synergistic relationship. And that so I just want to remind us that we have what is required. We simply need to expand our minds beyond the conditioning that's been given. The other thing I want to point out is in 2019, when I was in the hospital and they didn't expect me to get through the ICU. They didn't tell me that, but
No, they told me that.
when Kira announced that we would appreciate some support, and people began to light a candle and send a prayer, I saw them. Every prayer was like a golden ray of energy that came from beyond to my heart and to my body and to my mind. And when I saw these golden threads coming in, I touched them. I go, what is this? And I connected with the person who was making the declaration for my health and well-being. And then each and every one of them was felt. And I'm really quite humbled because of those prayers, I knew that I had a reason to be here, to serve this community and this planet. It was like crystal clear, you know, and then later on, I received the most dramatic prayer of all when I heard in the etheric, my beloved wife saying, don't you dare, don't you dare leave.
1:30 in the morning, I bolted up out of bed in Cuenca, and I remember screaming, don't you dare, because I felt them leaving.
And it was that moment of that choice point. And that you don't have to die to ascend.
Right? Proof.
You don't have to die to ascend. All that is required is that you let go of that which is keeping you from being that which you are.
Yeah, breathe that in. So in that integrous authenticity, in that revelation, all of us this afternoon will be entering into a very sacred ayahuasca medicine ceremony. And we are entering into this with you. We will be here in the pyramid. We will share more over the next few days. We are all walking into this moment of miracle experience. The gift of true healing is all of us, and I need to go stand up with Dana, I'll let you read some of that.
Yeah.
But it's about all of us standing up and saying, no, I have to go the other way, I'm shut in there. All of us standing up and saying, no, thank you, to that which we know is not helping. And so I just want to stand here with our beautiful lion. I don't know if my head is cut off or not. And with this beautiful, beautiful physiotherapist, medicine man, Xavier, who's really a miracle in all of our lives, with Kyla, with our Henry III, looking at all of you and reminding you there is no thing that any being can tell you is true about you unless you believe it too. Now I want you to really breathe that in, including when they tell you that you're not going to be on the planet much longer. That is not true unless you agree to it. And it's okay to agree to it. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to say, I'm ready. We're not saying there's anything wrong with that. I've crossed over many times. There's nothing wrong with that. What it is about the conscious choice of your life. to know that you have the ability to make those conscious choices. And we are asking for your help with Dana. We are asking for your help emotionally. We're asking for your help in Global Minga with donations. Dana has a bucket list to go to Egypt. We're going to try and get her there, but we really need your help. And so this is a moment for our community to stop talking and start doing. How can we all rise through this miracle Mercury retrograde healing moment and say enough? We know the truth. We are eternal. We are limitless. We command, and we command through love. It is the force of love that will bring us all together. And so we are loving you and inviting you in this miracle moment of the second Mercury revelation to remember that healing is a broad brushstroke and that everything is healing right now.
Yeah.
Shri, what are we hearing?
Well, there's just so much beautiful love coming in through the chat, and so many people saying, we love you, Dana, beautiful love, much love, hugs, sending love, and go, yes, yes, keep that going. And oh, just sending. You are being held, Dana. Dana, you are a beautiful light, says Hollis. We love you so much. Many more messages of love and support coming in. And another one here says, Dana, we are ready with our love and our prayers, and we hold you in our hearts that you heal completely. And Anastasia says, thank you. I bow before you.
We all do.
And many, many more. And we just I want to acknowledge each of you for opening your hearts and communicating that love and sharing it. Because each time we make a declaration, we set in motion a positive field of energy to keep to yourself, to just be quiet, may be lovely. To articulate what is in your heart has more power. And that power is what we're asking for, is to be able to say, we're here with you and we are sharing energy with you as you shift the homeostasis in this body of form that is yours.
Read that in. And so as you navigate the week ahead, as you are diving into this incredible May choice, what is the healing choice before you? And as you move forward, how do we do that? By holding the gift of love. Holding the gift of love in its highest aspect, in its balanced state, and knowing that this month, everything is around you. It's all about the choice, and love is before us. Let us heal together. Let us bring our world together. I'm just going to grab Shri's hand. I'm going to grab your hand. There we go. And we've got a paw on the end. And as we are gathering our hands together in the unified field right now, we are extending it to you because you are the hero. You are the one that wakes up every day and still says yes. You are the one that makes the choice for peace, love, and joy. You are the hero, and we bow before you. Thank you with all of our heart.
So, beloved ones, as we come to a close for today, I just want to reflect back to each and every one of you that you make a difference. Your presence, your consciousness, your declaration make a difference, and follow through on that with actions. We together are co-creating an entirely new reality, an entirely up-level state of consciousness for all beings. It's time. This is not a drill. It's your time. It's your time, your time, your time. It is our time. And we love you so much.
So much.
Let's do this.
We'll see you on the flip side of this first journey. We love you.
Love you.
Have a beautiful week, everyone. Get to ShriandKara.com, support Global Minga, support you.
Namaste.